This lecture module is entitled Crowding Out in the Loanable Funds Market. The loanable funds market is when the savers and borrowers exchange time preferences. What emerges absent intervention under perfect competition? An optimal quantity of investment, this would be, and then an optimal price emerges, which is the natural rate of interest. Then based on this natural rate of interest, the capital structure in the economy emerges. But then with Keynesian economics, when Keynesians believe business cycles are man-made and therefore then can be corrected by man, during the downward portion of the business cycle, Keynesians use fiscal policy, fiscal stimulus, when the government spends much more than it taxes. In order to do that, the government, the state, the Treasury Department enters the loanable funds market to issue bonds. And so when that happens, demand for bonds shifts out, demand for loanable funds shifts out due to the government entering, the state, the Treasury entering the loanable funds market to issue bonds. The demand for loanable funds shifts out. And then here would be the stimulus spending. And with a now higher rate of interest, with a new higher rate of interest. So this new higher rate of interest means that entrepreneurs making investment have to pay a higher rate of interest. So there's less private investment projects because the state spending, borrowing, crowds out entrepreneurial investment. Then we know from Mises' law that one intervention leads to another. So in this case, in order to, again, encourage private investment under Keynesian economics during the downward portion of the business cycle, the central bank has to use expansionary monetary policy. So one intervention leads to another. You get the fiscal policy crowding out private investment. So now you have to use monetary policy to lower the rate of interest to get the private investment. This type of guiding the economy by experts and then the unintended consequences are captured here. The role of experts, in this case, monetary and fiscal policy economists. So then the central bank prints money, so it looks like time preferences have changed, but in fact, it's just the central bank distorting time preferences, printing money, and then ideally, then you would get increased private investment as the interest rate then goes down again. But we know that oftentimes this monetary expansion doesn't work because of an uncertain investment climate and rule of law, not least when you keep changing monetary and fiscal policies. And we've done a show on that, Hardfire TV, The Problem with Macro, that you can find on YouTube. Thank you. This has been our lecture module on crowding out in the loanable funds market.